In tonight's business, we hear that with a food import bill of more than $400 million annually, Barbados must continue to look towards agriculture to help significantly trim its appetite for imported food. That's according to Minister of Small Business, Entrepreneurship and Commerce, Dwight Sutherland. Minister Sutherland made the comments as he delivered the feature address at the launch of a business boot camp and agriculture entrepreneurship program hosted by the City of Bridgetown Credit Union and the Barbados Entrepreneurship Foundation.
While this is a necessary goal, it is important that once achieved, it must be sustained over the long run. One way to guarantee this is to get the youth involved in agriculture. You are our future. As I indicated earlier, you are the future. Therefore, any real chance to achieve long-term and sustainable food security depends on the efforts made today to help our children embrace agriculture with a similar passion demonstrated by our foreparents.
And the minister adds that another important factor must be emphasized to encourage more youth to become involved in agriculture.
I am aware, though, that the conditions, the environment and circumstances that prevail half of a century ago no longer exist. For agriculture to be appealing to today's youth, it must be seen as a potentially viable activity capable of generating sufficient income to sustain those involved, and that's a fact. In other words, the youth must see the value in becoming agripreneurs.
A senior official with one of the island's local commercial banks has lauded the efforts of the new administration in trying to turn around the Barbados economy. RBC's head of Caribbean banking, Rob Johnston, made the comment as RBC introduced its new leadership team during an event at Sandals Royal Barbados. Mr. Johnston acknowledged the challenges facing the island's economy and pledged the bank's continued support going forward.
And as much as any one of us from our own individual perspective could find, constraint or challenged by a decision that might have been made, on balance, the hand that this government was dealt was a challenging one, and they've had a courage and a game plan and a purpose, and they're following it. And we're confident that Barbados will be prosperous and successful, in the future, and we plan to play a part in that. We're well positioned coming out of some of these decisions that have been made to be able to compete, to thrive, and to meet all of the needs that our Baradian clients would have before us and ask of us.
Meanwhile, Mr. Johnston says banks, like other businesses, have had to adapt to the increased pace of doing business in the modern environment.
For us, as we've looked at the change that's unfolding, we've had to understand the impacts to our clients, to our employees, to our stakeholders, and we've had to make decisions along the way to position us for not only today, but for the future. And we've been very thoughtful about the investments that we've made, whether it's in technology, talent, mobile banking, approach to markets. And it is definitely something that we spend a tremendous amount of time paying attention to.
Well, let's take a look now at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region.
First up, Jamaica, where Stanley Motor Limited ordinary shares was the volume leader with 33,898,200 units at $5.15 each. They were followed by Sepprod Limited and Jamaica Producers Group Limited. Now over in Trinidad and Tobago, First Caribbean International Bank Limited was the volume leader with 50,000 shares changing hands for a value of $400,000. They were followed by Trinidad Cement Limited and Guardian Holdings Limited. And right here in Barbados, Goddard Enterprises Limited was the volume leader, trading 2,800 shares at $3.80 each. And they were followed by Sagicor Financial Corporation Limited.
International business now, the reimposition of U.S. sanctions on Iranian oil exports is threatening various parts of Iranian society. But the saffron exporting sector believes it's virtually sanction-proof, and some think the sanctions may actually have been good for business.